Welcome to Season 1, Episode 32, Theodosius and Theocracy?
Theocracy.
Theocracy?
Theocracy.
No,
Benjo,
Theocracy.
it's been a minute. How you been?
Good, how are you been?
I'm great.
You were crashing out a little bit a second ago.
But we lost one of our mics and we were having to work with one mic. I don't like that. And you seem to be cool with that. Like, why don't we work with 0 mics? You know? I mean,
I can't take it. Is that good?
Benjo, man, we gotta get going. We've been too busy. Hadn't we? I got 4 jobs.
4 jobs.
Yeah, 4 jobs, dude.
What are your 4 jobs?
Well, I'm a lawyer. I'm the mayor. Work for Devereaux Management Company and musician.
And a dad.
And a dad. That's my main job, you know.
So 5.
Yeah. But yeah,
and if we're including this, then 6 jobs.
And 6 jobs. That's right.
Wait, but let's see. You don't get paid in the last 3.
I know.
Well, and actually, in the past 2, never mind.
Musician, we get paid some.
I
But Benjo, you doing well? I mean,
yeah. How about you?
Yeah, we gotta at least be on pace more than Jamie releases them, and we haven't been this month. So, is that a universal symbol for crying? Benja, what you know about Theodosius and theocracy? You don't know much. What year?
They're British emperors that start with the letter.
No, theocracy is when you run a government with religion in mind. The rulers rule the religion and the government. Okay.
So bad.
All right. What year is it? Do you at least know the year?
388.
All right. 388. Magnus Maximus is dead, and we're doing the whole west and east of the Roman Empire again. We've got Valentinian II, Emperor of the West, Theodosius I, Emperor of the East. Took me a minute to figure out who was who while I was listening to this episode. But Jamie talks in the first part of this episode a little bit about how Christianity had really taken over in the Roman Empire. But as is a common theme throughout history, when a civilization or a group changes from one religion to another, oftentimes to help ease that transition, they'll incorporate a lot of the customs from their prior religion into the new religion. Your thoughts?
Do it.
Right. So he prefaces this by talking about a little bit about Pelagius, who was the founder of Pelagianism.
Is he the British monk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
You did. Nice. This is just a guess or what?
No, I mean, I feel like I've heard that before.
You have? Okay. So he'd been sent from Britain to Rome basically to become a lawyer, right? I'm going to say law school, whatever that is. I mean, there's got to be some type of school. And he was kind of part of the blending of pagan rituals and Christian rituals, because pagan. So he took a more druidic approach. The Druids were like a religion and a lifestyle, and they were pagans because they didn't believe in. They weren't Christians. This is before even Christianity, right, existed. I think this is in BC times.
Wait, did Pelagius come into direct conflict with St. Augustus?
St. Augustine. He did.
Okay, I thought so.
He did. Yeah.
I was just making sure.
I think Jamie's like, he came into direct conflict with the St. Augustine. So I think we'll probably hear about that in a future episode. I can't remember. He doesn't go into detail about that. But, man, you're reading up on this stuff.
Yeah.
Well done. But Druidism had been outlawed. So they were introducing some of their customs from Druidism into Christianity. And Britain was probably like the center of Druid activity because it was pretty far from Rome. What? So anyway, Jamie talks about how around this time, the end of the 300s, the British economy is collapsing. They've got some problems.
Wait. Did
The Picts and the Scots had repeatedly been attacking in the north. Irish were raiding into Wales, so they're being attacked. What in the world? You're a goof.
trying to.
I know you were.
I thought it said Picts.
Picts.
That's not a C. I'm sorry.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not.
Don't even talk about my handwriting.
This is the C. This is the C. That's what he thought was a C right there. I think most of y'all would interpret that as a O.
Oh my goodness, you're funny. But anyway, Britain kind of reluctantly went back into the fold of the Roman Empire, mostly for protection, right? And Theodosius, who was the emperor in the east, he was ruling from Constantinople, like this song. It indicates about Constantinople.
Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Been a long time gone, oh Constantinople.
All right, that's enough.
All right, we don't want to have to pay for the rights for the song, you know. We just play a little bit of it.
What if? Wait. Hear me out. What if that song that you just heard was Surrender Cobra playing that song?
Oh, that'd be cool.
So we wouldn't have to pay for the rights.
I think we'd still have to pay for the rights, but maybe not the performance rights. That's a whole nother topic with music law. Anyway, Theodosius in the east, Valentinian the second in the west.
Did Valentinian start getting overtaken by Theodosius for control of the Roman Empire?
He did. He sure did. Valentinian at this point, we're talking about 392. He's about 21 years old.
Did he make it illegal to worship pagan gods?
Well, not Valentinian II, but Theodosius put in basically was talking a lot with this guy named Bishop Ambrose, a Christian bishop, and he pretty much got the Emperor Theodosius to do whatever he wanted him to do. He's the one that in 392 made it illegal to worship pagan gods. Okay.
I knew somebody.
You did. I could tell you were on the case. Bishop Ambrose made that illegal. To worship pagan gods, made it illegal for sacrificing. I don't think Jamie's talking about human sacrificing. I think we're talking about animal sacrifices.
Wait, does this mean that all the temples are closed?
Yep, it sure does.
Okay.
It sure
I
does.
thought so. I was just making sure.
Mr. Producer, you're right. So, because Valentinian II is young, Theodosius pretty much just steps in.
He put him control over Flavius Argobascus ties.
Theodosius put Valentinian II under the control of Flavius Arbogast, also known as Flavius Arbogastes.
I'm going to call him Flavius Argosapistine.
Arbogast. And so Flavius Arbogast was really running the show over Valentinian II.
Wait, is Valentinian the second 21 right now?
We mentioned that already. Yep, we did. And Flavius Arbogast was a Frankish general, basically in charge of the West. In the whole Roman Empire, back hundreds of years before this,
senators and politicians just weren't popular.
Well, hundreds of years before this, they were, and they were powerful. But by this point, they were not the most powerful. Yeah. Who ruled?
Valentinian II.
No, the military ruled with the emperor. Remember, Valentinian II is under the control of Flavius Arbogast.
You baited me there. That's not fair.
I know. No.
Yeah, we're about to catch a little video of me tickling him.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, 392, Valentinian's still a young man. He's found hanging.
Was that hang people?
He was found hanged
Oh.
and died
Oh, I thought you meant like he was found hanging
hanging out.
other people.
No, he himself was
That
hanging.
not
We're not
interpreted.
sure whether it was a murder or a suicide, but March 15th, the year 392. And
That
so
was-
Arbogast was worried that people were going to accuse him of it and suspect him, especially because he had killed.
his son Victor.
He had killed Magnus Maximus's son,
Oh,
Victor. Arbogast had killed him.
Yeah, who had already been proclaimed Augustus.
And Augustus, right. So because Arbogast had killed Victor, Magnus Maximus's son, he was worried that people were going to think that he killed Valentinian II.
But did they think that?
I don't know.
Boom, boom.
I don't know. He doesn't get into that. That's a good question.
You should look that up.
Surely somebody had to think that if he was worried.
This is what happened.
I don't know that there's an answer to that.
There was definitely something that popped up right there. If nothing popped up right there, that means that what should we put up there? Something like
we'll put something up there,
like a goat or
even
something.
So something had to have popped up there.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been way off topic.
So
But something.
Arbogast, who Theodosius had put in control of Valentinian. Now Valentinian's dead, so Arbogast, even though he's not directly an emperor, he declares Flavius Eugenius as emperor of the West. All right, Flavius Eugenius was Roman, and Arbogast.
Wait,
did
Flavius take?
No, hold on. You gotta, if you're gonna jump ahead, you gotta get it right. Okay. Flavianus is the third person. You said Flavius.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that Flavianus?
There's a Flavius Eugenius and a Flavianus.
And
a Flavius Arbogast.
Whoa! You're coming at me hot here. I don't know if I can take it.
Flavianus, along with Arbogast and Eugenius, all three of them. Flavianus is a pagan, and he's a Praetorian prefect.
Wait.
I found that on what site?
British History Podcast, AfterDark.com.
Wikipedia.
Wait, please tell me they're all in the same family.
I don't think they are. I don't know that any of them are related.
Well,
honestly.
Are they flavorful?
Sure. But anyway, they all three appeared to try to delicately take control after Valentinian II died, and they basically were like, "Look, Theodosius, you rule in the east, but we got the west here."
They were like, "Look, you rule in the east."
They even recognized Carausius, Theodosius's oldest son, as an Augustus.
Were they trying to
They were trying to curry favor with him.
They were I don't like to use the word but they were buttering him up.
Right. Eugenius was also, who now was this, some people, based on my Wikipedia research, found that he was a usurper, meaning a pretender to the throne and not the real emperor of the West. But if he wasn't, I don't know who was. He was also trying to kiss butt for the people in the West to become a popular leader, right?
Yeah.
He repealed a lot of the strict, extreme religious
rule.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just felt like I needed to say that.
He returned the altar of victory once again. Do you remember the altar of victory coming up 2 previous episodes about how it had been removed from the Roman capital?
Yeah.
You just saying that?
Okay. Why would I say that?
Okay, it happened twice over the last couple hundred years. And sometimes this is even called the pagan revival in the West. Yes. And so though, hold on, before you jump ahead, and I have to correct you, I want you to join in, but don't jump ahead and get it wrong. So Arbogast, Eugenius, and Flavianus had all declared Theodosius' oldest son Carausius as an Augustus, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Theodosius did not return the favor.
I was gonna try to say it in a full sentence. Wait, in 494, did he organize?
What year?
I mean, in 394, did he organize a massive army of gods?
Yeah, and that's something Jamie said. He organized a massive army of gods. I'm
Soldiers?
assuming he's just talking about soldiers. And again, this is where I like to know the names of ancient battles. So they marched on Rome.
That's an aggressive move.
Yeah, Theodosius marched on Rome, presumably from the east. So he's coming into Rome from the east, like Constantinople, which is modern day Istanbul, Turkey. Um,
I
and
said Turkey.
the Battle of Frigidus.
Whoa.
Frigidus. Theodosius wins. Eugenius is executed. The usurping, I'm air quoting, usurping emperor.
January.
Arbogast commits suicide.
Oh no.
Wikipedia tells me that Flavianus also killed himself.
No, there's been like 3 suicides in this episode.
They just got wiped out at the Battle of Frigidus. The East comes in and takes over, so it looks like it's going to be an Easter revival here.
Is it January 395?
Yeah. And in January 395, Britain's back into the Roman Empire after the Battle of Frigidus, but who's dead by then?
Theodosius.
He's dead. So we're going to learn. If I remember from my listening to the podcast through one time already, this is really the beginning of the end has been going on for a while, but the East kind of taking control spells the end of Roman rule in Britain. A little foreshadowing in about 15, in less than 15 years.
I'm going to take us from a Roman, I'm going to put a little Roman theme on this clip, and then I'm going to snap it into a British theme. Like,
I feel you.
Wait,
I feel you.
My taste.
You're a producer. Fish and chips.
Maybe some tea in there too.
You're a goof. Jamie ends this episode, Benjo, by taking a listener question about whether we'll learn about Anglo-Saxon customs when that time comes. And he says he thought he'd be finished with the Roman period by now. Are we going to learn about Anglo-Saxon customs? We've just spent the last essentially 10 years learning about Anglo-Saxon customs. Give or take some months. And Jamie's like, yeah, we're going to learn about Anglo-Saxon customs. Little does he know how much we're going to talk about Anglo-Saxon customs.
Or maybe he does know and he's just saying that. And he's already planned out. He's planned out the next 10 years from there. And
you think?
And right now he has the next 10 years planned out.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so. Benjo, it's been a pleasure. We'll get into what else we're up to outside this BHP After Dark.
Yeah. I met Willie Z.
Oh yeah,
and Colin M.
Will Zalatoris, Colin Morikawa. Yeah, your favorite golfer. You got to declare to him that he's your favorite golfer.
He said thanks, and then Minwoo Lee happened.
Yeah, the Minwoo Lee incident. Minwoo Lee rejected Benjo for a picture, then in the same breath turned around and took a picture with 3 other dudes.
I know we have like 1 billion listeners. That means 1/8 of the world, and most of them are
that means the entire world.
Most of them are from United States. And Minwoo Lee, wait, no, he's from Australia.
He's from,
but I'm sure
New Zealand.
No, Australia.
Okay.
But I'm sure he's in the United States a lot, and there's 1/8 of a chance that he's watching this episode. If this is you, Minwoo Lee, I'm coming for you.
We won't forget. You'll let that drive you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Benjo, we're going to get on it. I'm going to do another one. We'll do another one this week, all right?
I've been Benjo.
And I've been B, and we've been sharing this mic.
And we've been the British History.
Whoa.
I mean, sorry. We've been BHP After Dark.
Okay. You're being goofy. We got to go to bed.
Don't believe